Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. I was going through some comments, just trying to keep up on that since I'm spending more time on the YouTube, and somebody had commented on a past little short of one of my knives, one of my neck knives. I don't remember which one it was, and just was like, how about telling us what's in it or something, or giving a list of the contents or whatever. I thought I had done that already, but I guess I didn't. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm a neck knife kind of guy, if you're not familiar with the way that I like to carry my setups. And these are the two that I've been using the most lately. And this one is the one that I carry at work, and this is the one that I carry at home. So the reason being is I'm a millwright for a paper mill, and we print and stuff, so there's a lot of ink and nasty grease and stuff like that, and I don't want to get black stuff all over the handle of this knife. So work is this dude, and I'll just break them down into individual ones, since whoever had made that comment said there was some video ideas. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just break down each individual one and show you what is inside them. This is it was just a random knife, actually, that Bear Force Knives had made, and he sent it to me and was like, here, I think you will enjoy this guy. And he sent it to me with a larger knife that we ran for Knife of the Month. Sorry I shake so bad. Somebody said something about that too. Can't help it. It's just comes with the experience, I guess. But super thin, 1/16, and I think it's 80 CRV2, maybe an 01. It's super, could have been 1095 really. It's several years old, and the maker had actually said he'd forgot all about it. But I would post this thing, and folks would be like, man, what is that? Can I get one of them? Can I get one of them? And it's just bare bones most of the time, skeletonized. And now it's called the Sliver. That's what we named it. The holes are a little different, and I think the end is more square. But I just took it and done a glue-soaked jute wrap on there and made it where it's just shy enough. So the Kydex, it's got clear Kydex on it too, or clear plastic, which is pretty cool. But the new ones have brown Kydex, and they are available on Bear Force Knives website, or they were. I don't know if there's any left, but it was just a cool little blade that he had made, and then folks started asking about them, and it's super slicey, like crazy super slicey, because it's true Scandi, and it's the one that I started carrying at work. So on top of the knife with the glow bead, I was at the store yesterday, and somebody said, man, I like that. It was a Demora knife that I keep on my belt. He said, you could drop that if you was hunting, see it in the dark. I said, yeah, man, you could. I try to do that. And so it was fun that some dude that was buying natural light at like 8 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday was bragging on my glow-in-the-dark thing being a smart idea. But this is what gets the most questions, and the majority of them are extremely similar. So Ranger bands, I'm going to have my Ranger bands, and we'll just take it apart on here. I've got a few different Ranger bends on here. It's just a big one to cover everything up to keep me from getting Majotis on the stone pretty much. So I have one big Ranger bend, and then I have two smaller Ranger bands that just ride on here. Sorry, I got three Ranger bands. Okay, I'm not going to take this top Ranger band off because that is what I use to not only hold all this stuff near the top. I have my light attached around this one. So, and this Ranger band here just keeps everything from sliding. And sometimes there's like steps on a Kydex sheath, and you can put a Ranger band on it or something on the back, and it can take up the difference, so to speak, so it lays flat on the sheath. But I'm going to have some Ranger bands on there. Take the rest of this stuff just off and show you. I had a glow stick somewhere. A Chem Light glow stick. So on top of just the sheath, everything is going to have these components in some shape or form. Some are a little different, like this. This all is just different than this one. But mainly on the main necklace, I keep a ferro rod and a wazoo sharpening stone. Those are the two things that basically start one of these kits. And on the back, I will either have a ceramic scraper, like this dude, or it's also wazoo stuff. But if I don't have a ceramic scraper, I have a high carbon steel for flint and steel. You can barely see it poking out of that one right there, but there's one behind this one. It's high carbon steel. So depending on what I got, it has one of those. This is an older one too, and I haven't been doing the 1095 pendants very long, but they are on some of my knives. So after they get the whetstone and the ferro rod, I start adding other things. I try to put a light on all of them. You just carry it around your neck. You can turn it on and just basically shine it right at your feet. It's really handy. These are from Night Eyes. They've recently redone one rechargeable. It's pretty sweet. Charges really fast. Work great just for tootling around camp and stuff. After the basics, I always have a little glow stick or a Chem Light. I get one of those guys and never know where I'm gonna poke it, but I try to keep it in there somewhere so I can attach the top and the bottom. I'll put these guys back together. So sorry, I said the S word. I don't know if there's young people watching or not. I'm sorry. I try not to curse on these things, but okay, the basics. Whetstone, ferro rod, light, Chem Light, a piece of fat wood. Try to always keep just a little piece of fat wood on here. They normally get used up, especially like during Georgia Bushcraft and stuff. I end up giving them out a lot. Or when I'm doing classes, somebody will say, hey, you got some fat wood? So it gets used up. But it's nice just to have a little piece. I have a piece on my it's backwards. I need it point down really. Have a little piece in my pocket too that I end up using sometimes. There we go. So I like to keep it so it's fairly smooth, and I keep my fat wood about the same size as the sheath, just to kind of stay low profile. And then all And there's one more thing on there I'll show you too. But sometimes there's extra stuff, so it's hard to say. I'll just have to go through each one and show you what's on them. This was an awl. It was actually just a scroll that I had done. I just did the scroll showing my brother just some knick-knack basic blacksmith stuff. And I had saved it. It was in a backpack. And I was going through changing backpacks the other day. And found it. And just went ahead and turned it into an awl. And then that's the one that I put on this guy. I just let it ride on there. They all have an awl on them, just depending on size and shape. Some of them are really small ones, have a really small awl. Just depends on what kind of real estate I have to work with. But the other thing, super handy, is a pair of Swiss Army knife tweezers. And you can just get them in like 6-packs, 3-packs, whatever. And then I just slide them right back behind everything. And that's where they live. She just rides back there in case you need to tweeze something. But that's pretty much it when it comes to sheaths or sheath kits. It just kind of depends on the blade. My blades that I use a lot in the woods, they have different stuff, just because I don't commonly use a lot of this stuff at work. So like my ferret rods and stuff and fat wood, I don't normally use in the mill. So it's a lot smaller quantities of things versus this stuff. That's the thing too that I noticed that this guy's missing. I'll have to get one and put it in there, is a safety pin. I try to keep a safety pin in these two just to pick splinters and stuff. And those big ones work good, but I also have just some smaller ones, like the ones that I keep in my hat, that would do good in this just for picking splinters and stuff. But that is what I keep on one of my PSK sheaths for doing things. And I'll share. I'll just start going through. I have a bunch of them, and they're all slightly different, but serve the same purpose for me. I end up putting together the base kits. So a pendant, a ferro rod, and all fat wood, glow beads, the chem light. There's an option for the high carbon steel strikers, and put that kit on my website. So some people, you can kind of cut a corner than having to get a whole bunch of pieces and get it all at once. But it's on bushcraftkelso.com under DIY neck knife sheath, I believe is what it's under. But check out my other stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram. I have some other videos on YouTube, but I'm going to try to up my game on the YouTube. I put in my deal to see if I could get some of that YouTube money, and they said it would be a month before they approved it or whatever, so we'll see how that goes. That'll be cool. I can do a bunch of other stuff with that YouTube money, go places, get stuff for reviews and things like that. I can put it right back into the channel, try to have some fun with it, and maybe do some stuff you guys enjoy. But feel free to like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, you don't have to tell me how horrible it was. I'm trying to get better with the camera. It's still hard, but anyway, I'm rambling. You guys have a good week, and we'll catch you later.